Good morning, my lovelies. Sorry, welcome to another Saturday morning edition. I see Susan and Kathy from My Hobby Home are here. Welcome. Good morning to you both. I'm Tammy. I'm the Siberian Wind if you're new to my channel. Welcome to the month of October in my studio. So as you can see, my husband has gotten in here and decorated. So we will have a little bit of fun with that coming up soon. So yeah, welcome. Kathy says, "Yay! I was wondering if you were unsuspended." That is actually someone else who is who is suspended. That is not me. It's one of my subscribers that got suspended, and we don't know what for still. So yeah, we're waiting to see if she is able to get out of suspension, out of YouTube jail. We don't know exactly what YouTube means when they said that they suspended her for the reasons that they gave. So yeah, we don't know anything other than we know that we know nothing. So welcome. Glad you all are here. We are going to work on cotton cuts today. The clue 9, guys, clue 9. If Tree of Life Puzzle Mystery Quilt is out, came out yesterday, and that's what we're going to sew. I'm going to put my phone on silent if I can. There we go. That way we shouldn't get any disruptions. I didn't put emails on anything. Rob, welcome, sir. Glad you made it. Yeah, if she put her email on, yeah, it's possible. YouTube is really super picky because they want to be the all-knowing entity, and so we kind of have to abide by their rules. Chloe, welcome. She says, only popping in for a bit. She's working. No worries, Chloe. And yes, in case you are wondering, I am indeed downloading the pattern that you sent me. I am loving it. And that will be a 2025 project for sure. If you guys have not heard of it, let me go grab my email here real quick, and I will put it in the chat if I can. I'm having to get my machine threaded. It was all set up for a different project, so bear with me. Chloe sent me this fantastic project. It's from Cotton and Joy. Kathy says that my notification got her out of bed. She's having a lazy morning this morning. That's okay. That is okay. I woke up and commented in Sean's live before he went live, and then I promptly went back to bed. So I don't even know if he mentioned me. I assume he did because he normally does. So yeah, it's been one of those. The spooky season blocks are adorable. Yes, they are. They absolutely are. Let's see. Waiting for someone to give an appraisal of roof and AC damage. Well, at least are they coming out today, Rob? Susan says, in a while, have to go into high gear for packing the rest of her apartment. Pack 2 boxes of dishes and glassware. That is a beast to pack. I remember the last time I had to pack was to move up here, and yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Judy Hubert says, good morning, Judy. Good morning. Yeah, I agree, Kathy. She says, oh no, Rob, hope it goes your way. He says it's supposed to. It better. We don't want to have to come out and introduce ourselves. We'll be more than happy to, though. You might have to help me with my plane ticket, but I'd probably rather drive anyway. Let me get the link for you guys. Alright. I'm going to put this link in here for you guys. If you have not seen the spooky season sampler from Cotton and Joy, it is absolutely adorable. We're not going to do it this year. I do not have time. There is just no way Just being realistic, there is no way that I can add another project to my list this season. However, that is a project we might be looking at doing next year. So if you do have your blocks, like if you download them this year and print them out or hang on to them or whatever, we will probably be doing those here on my channel next year. Super exciting, super exciting. All right, so if you guys can see, we have all kinds of Halloween decorations. There are some things that you cannot see that are behind me, so as I move around and such, you guys might be able to see some more of the decorations. I will get my sign changed out. My husband kind of buried everything. I actually still had blocks up on the wall when he decorated, and I said, Kit, can you go pull those off my wall? And he said, his exact text response, you guys, was ugh. UGH, ugh. And then when I got home, I was like, well, it was better for you to do it than for me to do it and mess up all your hard work. So I think he was okay with it after that point. But if you can see, Halloween Town is up on the wall. So we are growing it. I have 11 more blocks to do. So we've got 2 more full rows to go, plus the 1 block to finish out the current row of 3. So yeah, that's going to be a fantastic project. So we will get to that. I am thinking it's probably going to be around the 19th. If we do it on a Saturday. I don't know for sure yet when exactly we're going to do our super long sew to put that into a quilt top. But I think you guys will get a kick out of it. But I will keep you updated on it. So every live that you see, you'll see how many blocks I have done, how many more I have left. My client's quilt gets delivered on Tuesday, so I have to finish binding and putting ties and all of that on that project. I also have to get another quilt done and get pictures done of it. So I've got a lot still going, especially this weekend, to get ready to get back to stitching Halloween Town. But once I get back to stitching Halloween Town, that is the only thing I'm stitching until it's done. Glenda says, good morning, Tammy, and everyone. Sorry, I was in the kitchen cooking. You are fine. You are fine as long as you made enough for the rest of us, right? All right. I'm going to bring you guys down to the machine if I am able to. Let's see. There we go. I had a little bit of camera problems this morning. Had some cables disconnected and all that kind of fun stuff. So I did put my block up here on my notebook, and the pieces are already falling off. So this isn't exactly the best design board solution. But I think you guys can get kind of an idea maybe. Nope, it keeps falling off. So I've got 2 flying geese units and then 2 squares, and that's how this is going to go together. So this is block 9 of the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt for Tree of Life. If you are sewing along, you should already have your clue, unless you're getting it in your box every month. So if you pre-ordered your box, which is what I did, you should already have all your clues, and clue 9 came in yesterday morning. So this is the first time I've gotten to sew it this early in having the clue. My friend that sews it with me, I let her sew hers first. So if she runs into any problems, I'm here to help. And I have my clue unsewn. If I like hot wings, field peas, and fried okra. I'll go for some fried okra, Glenda. You can send that over. Go send the fried okra over. I will not eat okra any other way than fried. I will not eat it boiled. I will not eat it sauteed. I don't eat it in a lot of different ways, but I will eat it in fried. I am doing the small Kathy. She was asking whether I'm doing the large or the small version of Tree of Life. I am doing the small, and this is the chestnut colorway. I gave my husband the ultimate power. I gave him the option to choose my colorway, and I told him to choose something that doesn't look like me. Uh, Judy says that she got her clue for 9 and she'll work on it tomorrow. Awesome. Kathy says that she should have hers next week. That's yay! That's so exciting. It's so exciting when they arrive. Now, I will tell you, for those of us who pre-ordered and have all the clues in the box and we're not waiting on them every week or every month, I cannot tell you how frustrating it is, because I'm ready to go ahead and put this together. Like, I'm done. I'm so ready to just lay everything out and go ahead and sew it together. I am honestly thinking that after I get these done, I may take all of the clues and I may go lay them out on the kitchen floor. I'll clean the kitchen floor first, don't worry. But I'll go lay them out on the kitchen floor and see if I can figure out how they're supposed to go together. I know we still have one more clue coming, but I don't know what comes in clue 10. So, yeah, I'm nervous. Kathy says, I think the small and large are different clues. I just did my clue 3 of the Wild West. I do prefer the prepaid. Yeah, the prepaid is absolutely more secure because you get everything at one time. So you don't run the risk of waiting on the mail, and I have had some mail issues, let me tell you. Oh, Glenda says she's trying to click thumbs up with closed captions. I love it. I love it. That's hilarious. I do have closed captions turned on, so, but I don't think that works. I don't think the remote understands that control. Kathy says that she prepaid her Wild West, but she was doing monthly on the Tree of Life since she did the large. I don't blame you one bit. If I were to do another Cotton Cuts, I would definitely, of course, do a prepaid again. That way I'm not having to worry, and I'm not having to think, well, did I set enough money aside for this month's clue? Like, I don't have to worry about it. I know I've already got everything I need in my box. And I think I would do a large. If I did another Cotton Cuts mystery, I would definitely do a large. Just because I think it would be more challenging for me than a small, and I think it would give me a lot more flexibility, but I would choose a colorway that I particularly like if I was doing the large. Not that chestnut isn't a bad colorway, so please, if you got chestnut, please do not think that I do not like it at all. It is just not my normal color wheel. It's not my normal wheelhouse of color. And it takes a little bit, you know. So I pull it out and I'm just going, oh, oranges and browns and blues or navies, and like it's not my normal. It's not unpretty. So, you know, don't get me there. You know, I'm not saying it's not pretty. I'm just saying it's not normal for me. And I'm not happy with this seam. So I'm picking at it to make sure it's going to hold, but I don't know if it will. Judy says that she did Wild West large. After that's finished, I think she'll take a break. Yeah, I'm taking a break. I'm not doing Wild West. This was kind of a one-time thing for me, probably, because I don't know what I'm going to do with it once I'm done. Kathy says that after she finishes the Tree of Life, she'll have an idea of the sizes of each quilt. The small is actually a decent size for a lap quilt. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. Now, I did buy the Oops kit, and I bought the optional borders, and I have not needed to use the Oops kit, which is a really good thing. So, with not having to have used the Oops kit, I think I will be okay, and I will have extra fabric in order to add extra things into the border. So my finish may not look like everyone else's because I may snazz it up a little bit. Judy says, but they're addicting. She has too many projects she wants to do. Yeah, I have entirely too many projects on my list. Good morning, Susie. I have too many projects on my list to pick up another project at the moment, even though it is a block of the month project. She says, Susie was quick dropping in before she paints outside. Good morning to you. Please hit that thumbs up while you are here if you do not mind. I did not have a chance to get these videos scheduled until probably, I think last night is when I got them scheduled. But I do have through the end of the month. The only thing that is not currently scheduled for October that will be happening this month for sure is we're going to do a long live to sew together Halloween Town to get it off my wall and get it into a quilt top. Now it may not be quilted. I would like for it to be quilted this month, but I have so many other projects that are due, especially in November. So I may not have a chance to quilt it this month because I really need to get back to the ones that are due in November. Let's see. Kathy says that she's she's probably taking a break from recording and doing some finishes. In theory, it's a good idea, but let's face it, that probably won't happen. Yeah, I know. Oh, believe me, I know. Alright, so I've got my first Flying Goose wing onto all of my units. So now I'm coming back in and sewing the other ones in place. Sir, can I help you? Thank you. Please settle. Somebody got a bath last night, and so he's a little bit more clingy than normal. Now, if you notice, I am not sewing this from the point down, which would put my 1/4 inch on my right hand side. I am again using the 1/4 inch marking on the other side of my presser foot in order to be able to start in the middle of these Flying Goose units and not have my points come out wonky. Now on the Cotton Cuts Mystery or the Cotton Cuts pieces, because they are pre-cut, I have not actually had a problem. So if you sew from the point to the middle, it will not be the end of the world. But it is more of a habit I am trying to foster in myself. Just to go ahead and swap sides, and, you know, especially when the pieces are small enough that it doesn't, you know, it's not an issue with the throat of my machine, like this area right here. I do want to go ahead and swap my pieces to make it easier for me to sew. Oh, the oops will make a great border. Well, yes, that's actually what I was thinking, Kathy. What I may do, there's a lot of flying geese in this quilt. A lot of flying geese. There's not as many like half square triangles as I thought there might be, but there's definitely a lot of flying geese in this quilt. And I don't know, you know, based off of the size of the oops kits, like I haven't really opened mine. I haven't needed to yet. But I think based off the size of the oops kit, I might be able to do like cornerstones that give a flying goose effect, or, you know, something. You know, I might be able to continue the design out into the borders. And so that's kind of what I'm waiting to see, is what all this is going to look like. Now, I did look back. If you guys save your clue, I save all of my clues. There's like one that I printed that I don't know what I did with, but I've saved all the others. Like I've printed and saved all the others. This clue actually matches, I believe, let me go back and look. This matches month 5, I believe. Yeah, this is identical to month 5. So, at least for the small clue, clue 9 matches clue 5. So, instead of having 4 from month 5, after doing clue 9, we'll now have 8 of this block. So, I'm assuming that that's going to mean that these are kind of more of an outer block, maybe? Something like that. So, we're going to see. I need to keep my clues for the assembly part unless you mark your pieces. I have laid my pieces together in the box. So they're in order from I'll lay like month 1 in my box, and then the month 1 bag over the top of it, and then month 2 and month 3 and month 4 and month 5, in that order. So all of my clues are in order, so I could still mark them before I pick them up. But, I'm still going to have my clues. Like, the only one that I'm missing the printout for, I can go back and reprint, I think is month 2 maybe? Oh, month 3. Month 3 is the only one I didn't print and keep. But I can go back and get it. I can go back to the little Cotton Cuts locker thing, the electronic locker thing, and get my month 3. Most clues have an A or a B, and you'll need to know that part. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Susan says breakfast. Oh, yeah. So my husband made muffins this morning, and he did not get up and make them before I got up. So I got up, and I was like, well, we need to go do this, and this, because I'm leaving to go to a quilt show later today, and I need to take my electric wheelchair with me. Although I can probably do that quilt show with a walker, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea because I will need to, be able to drive the 2 hours back home, and that's a lot of walking. And then potentially standing, because I want to be able to look at some of the quilts. And I have found that when I use my walker, I will literally just walk past a lot of things, but I won't stand and look at anything because I don't have the stamina to do that. So I am taking my electric wheelchair so that, if I see a quilt I want to look at, I can. Kathy says that she has to run. She didn't realize the time and having lunch with her son today. Absolutely, Kathy. Enjoy lunch with your son. Judy says that she has her finished clues in the bags that they came in. That's not a bad idea, too. I just didn't want to fold mine. So that's why I didn't do mine that way. I just wanted them to lay flat. So that's what I did. I was different. I'm the odd person. I don't mind. I'm good. I'm good. Alright. So now I've got the other Flying Goose wing. So now all I need to do is to press it out. And then we'll have some squares to attach. And then we will have some sewing to do. So, the squares are attached to each other before, okay. Oops, oh well. I could have gone ahead and done that step. You guys know me, I like to streamline everything. So, the quilt for the giveaway on Tuesday is washed and ready. The only thing I have left to do is to put a label on it because it is not currently labeled. So, I will be putting a label on it. And then we'll be giving it away on Tuesday. And if you are, if you are the winner of the quilt, if you decide you want it to be gifted to someone else, like not directly to you, you have somebody in mind for it, I just need to know that so I can put that on the label. That way, you don't have to like pass multiple hands and all that kind of stuff. Then we will also have other giveaways on Tuesday. I have a new t-shirt that went into the cycle. It is also an extra large, wears like a large. Let's see, what else do I have? I have some Villa Rosa postcard patterns. I have some more zipper pulls, I believe. Don't quote me, but I believe I have some more zipper pulls. Let's see, what else do I have? I have lots of stuff. We're going to pull out my... It's Kennedy. She says, hello, Alabama. And everyone, welcome in. It's Kennedy. Good morning to you. Good morning. So, yeah, I do have lots of stuff to give away on Tuesday. So, the quilt will not be the only thing being given away. It's just the big one. You don't have to be present to win the quilt. Everything else you have to be present to win. Susan says that she's doing her first Cotton Cuts PMQ, doing Wild West, the small version in Bluebell colorway. Ooh. She's nervous about losing the finished clues in the packing nightmare. So, if you're going to pack your machine in one specific bag, I would do one of those large oversized manila envelopes and put everything for the PMQ in that manila envelope and put it in the sewing machine tote. So that way it stays with your sewing machine, so you're not losing anything. That would be how I would do it, because it will fit in a large manila envelope. Like if you get one of those like 11 by 14 ones, it will fit in that. So I would do that, or I would do a bubble mailer or something like that. That way you have everything together. Okay, you know what? These go together too. So I'm going to put these together and put those together. So the clue has you put these 2 units together, and you're going to press towards the top flying goose. And then your squares that are going to go on the side, you're putting those together and pressing towards the bottom flying goose. You're pressing towards the D fabric, whatever your D fabric is. Mine is my darker fabric in this situation, but I know not every clue and colorway follows that routine. So, but once I get done here, I get to go load the wheelchair and get ready to head out of town. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is the quilt show. It's hosted every year in Gillette at the... Yes, she is moving, kind of, Judy. Her apartment complex is doing massive renovations, and she has to pack everything up if she wants to keep it, because they're going to be in and out of her apartment building. They're renovating all eight apartments in her building, and doing all new appliances and flooring and cabinetry. I mean, they're gutting the apartment, so she can't hide nothing nowhere. She's got to pack up. They're going to store everything, and then they'll move her back in once the move is done, or once the renovations are done. So she gets to live in a hotel for a month, and it's a little bit of a mess. So I love... Okay, so when I moved up here to Wyoming, and I found out that there's a quilt show... Kathy said she's back. She didn't realize that they were waiting for his call when he's closer. Makes sense, Kathy. Makes sense. So every year, Gillette hosts this quilt show the first weekend of October. The first year I'm here, my birthday was on a Sunday. So the quilt show was literally on my birthday. I was so happy. So happy. You know, what better luck to move to an area that, you know, you get a quilt show for your birthday. I've never lived where there's a quilt show for my birthday. So, you know, having a quilt show for my birthday, yeah. I'm not giving that up. Even if I go alone, even if I, you know, have nobody to go with me, I will go to that darn quilt show. Because what better way to spend your birthday time than at a quilt show? Enjoying the quilts. And looking for things to buy, right? Looking for things to buy. Susan says the complex is actually 178 units, 2 sides of the street, and 8 units at a time. Yeah. Yeah, so they're doing the 8 units at a time thing, which drags that house so long. But I guess it's probably easier to move, logistically easier to move only 8 units, to work on 8 units and then move the 8 units back and then do the next 8. I guess that would be logistically more simple. Kathy says, sounds like fun. The fair is nearby, and she's going to go see if they have a quilt show like they have always had. The fair is not in the same location, so I'm not really sure. Yeah, definitely check it out and see. The Alabama State Fair was like this past weekend or 2 or something, I think. And I used to try to go to that. And they actually had, when I was living there, or living close by, they actually had a day where people were invited to come bring hand sewing and sew at the state fair. And we were in the room with all of the quilts. I mean, it was a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. But I haven't seen anything like that here. It's different here. So, having an actual quilt show on my birthday is kind of like the treat that I did not expect. So I'm super happy. Super happy. So this will be my second time going to this quilt show. It's the Arklamis Fair. Not sure when the state fair will be. Gotcha. Yeah, you guys can have a state fair later in the year. We can't really do that. There have been years, my understanding, there's been years that on my birthday, we've had snow throughout the state. So, can't really plan for too much if we're going to be, snowed in. I mean, it's not every year. This year, we're definitely not going to have snow. It is way too hot to have snow. I mean, it's going to be 70-something degrees today, guys. I'm ready for the hot weather to be over. I know that, my locals will probably curse me for saying that because, once the hot weather is gone, it will be gone for a while. But I am ready for the hot/warm weather to be over. I'm ready for the cool temperatures. I'm ready for the hot chocolate. Being able to actually drink hot tea because it's too hot for me right now to be drinking hot tea or hot beverage of any option. So yeah. These are so cute, guys. These blocks are so cute. They're so simple and nice and easy. State Fair will be October 30th to November 17th. Woohoo! It's Kennedy, my birthday buddy. She said she was born in a blizzard on October 7th. Oh, Kathy says that she loves colder weather too and being able to quilt with a quilt in her lap. Yes. I was sitting here last night working on putting binding on my clients' quilts. And I had to turn the fan up to full blast and have it pointed straight at me the entire time because it was just too stinking hot. Kathy says, it's Kennedy. Happy early birthday. Yes. I can't sing the happy birthday song, guys, so you have to imagine that I'm singing you happy birthday. That's the way this works around here, is I don't sing. So my husband doesn't realize it, but he is going to kind of be on camera on Tuesday. I don't know how much of him is going to be on camera. But now he kind of knows where the camera is and like where the setup is. So it's likely he'll try to stay off camera, but I'm making him do the drawing on Tuesday. So he'll be the hand drawing the name on Tuesday for the quilts. He's actually really excited about it too, you guys, which is nice, which is so nice. And as of this morning, I was at 464 subscribers. That puts us 36 away from hitting 500. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. When I was first starting out, I was praying for 36 subscribers. Like, I was hitting 25, and I'm just going, oh my gosh, I got 25. Andrea, welcome, welcome, welcome. She says, howdy, 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 everyone. Good morning to ya. I think I saw you in Sean's chat in the brief moment that I was there before I went back to sleep. Susan says that the Quilt Guild in the area where her state fair had a quilting frame set up to tie charity quilts in the area where the quilts are hung. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. I think your state fair is probably a lot bigger than mine is. Hers is that Washington State Fair. I think it's probably a lot bigger than the Wyoming State Fair. Oh. So, what was I going to say? I going to say something. I remember it in a minute. I had the sweetest message come through the other day, you guys. So, in the Sew and Tell that we did on Tuesday, I made... Hi, Janice. Welcome. Janice from The Right Way is here. She says, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. So, I made a comment about someone's quilt in the Sew and Tell, and Andrea was in Sean's, then Liana's, then Donnell's, and now here. Sorry, what I was saying is, so Tuesday in the Sew and Tell, I made a comment about one of the quilts, and the quilt isn't my colors. It's just not my colors. I'm honest about it. It's not my colors. Would I choose it for myself? No, it's fine. But you know, I don't need to choose it for myself. I don't need to choose every quilt for myself. Not every quilt is for me. But I made a comment about how much I love the quilts and how much I love the colors because they work really well together. And I got a sweet Facebook message, and apparently that's what my subscriber needed to hear, because she had had a very negative comment said to her previously about that particular quilt and the colors in it, because they weren't somebody's taste. I said, yeah, that definitely shouldn't have happened. You shouldn't have gotten those kinds of comments. But I'm very glad that I was able to help, kind of, reestablish that it's okay. It's not... Guys, please be careful when you say something about somebody's colors or their colorway. Is chestnut something that I would do personally? Like, would it be something I would choose? No, absolutely not. It's not my typical colors. But I specifically told my husband, pick me something that isn't my normal colors, so that I could challenge myself to see if it grows on me. Now, I mean, the colors aren't horrendous. I'm going to say that. They're not horrendous to me. They're not, I can't stand them. But they're just not my typical colors. And that's what I had him choose them for. And that's kind of the deal, guys. Even if a quilt at a quilt show or state fair or whatever is not your typical colors, then that's okay. It doesn't have to be your colors. Is that the quilt you won and you're taking home? No? Okay. Then it's okay. Is it the one that your, daughter gifted you and swore that those were your favorite colors? No? Okay. Then you're good. So it is perfectly okay to not necessarily like every color, not like every quilt, but definitely be kind and be aware that your words can have a lasting meaning for someone who does like those colors. Andrea says, if we all like the same thing, it would be a very boring world. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good morning, Terry. So Terry is here. Kathy says, certain colors are not everyone's cup of tea, but you can always appreciate the craftsmanship put into the quilt and the design. Exactly. Exactly. I have taken pictures, you guys, of quilts at quilt shows that... Personally, if I had a quilt in those colors, Lori Clark is here. Welcome. Good morning, she says. Good morning. If I had a quilt in those colors, it would be hidden in the back of my closet. Like, it is so totally not my colors, or anything like that. But I've taken pictures of quilts that are like that for me, because there's something else about it that inspired me. And that's the point of a quilt show, and that's what the point of showing and sharing your quilts is, because not every quilt is going to be your personal favorite. If every quilt was your personal favorite, then how would you ever have a personal favorite choice over all the others? Like, you would be hopelessly deadlocked and never be able to choose. I mean, I personally, if I loved every colorway and every quilt, how could I ever choose my favorite? How would you ever choose a favorite if you liked everything? But being unkind in your comments, that's uncalled for. Judy says people don't realize that their words hurt people. My mom always said that if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. That's true. However, if you have to say something, find a kind way to say it. So that's the other thing. Even if I don't know what to say all the time, I find something about everything that I can like and appreciate, and that's so important to me. Like finding a way, it's kind of like those gratefulness journals where you write down the 3 things you're grateful for each day, and you keep that for a year, and then you can look back and see what you were grateful for each day. And it could be that you found a quarter on the ground. It could be that you didn't slam the car door on your finger even though you almost did. It could be stupidly simple stuff, but you found something to be grateful for. And that's kind of what I feel like with quilting. We need to find something to appreciate about every quilt, even if it's not our choices. It was somebody's choices, and I want to value each person for their choices. Andrea says, Terry, I've seen you in a couple dozen chats since I watched your video quilting on your featherweight. I was absolutely fascinated watching the video. Susan says that she's decided she's going to do the next PMQ she does. She'll go for a colorway that is at the borders of what I'm comfortable with. That makes sense. It's definitely a way to challenge you. I will say this, reproduction prints, the Civil War era colors and such are so far out of my colorway that I was very thankful that my husband did not choose that for me. So in this, even though the colors aren't my absolute favorite, I'm not absolutely in love with them. The fabrics are pretty. The fabrics are soft. They're comfortable. They're easy to work with. And I'm thankful that it's something that I'm not cringing looking at myself. So, I could potentially see this, even though these aren't my typical colors, I could potentially see this in my home after this is assembled. So I'm thankful for that, that it is something that I could look at, which says a lot. If I didn't want to look at it at all, that would be a much bigger deal. Let's see. Terry says, Kathy, she's doing the Tree of Life as well. Going to do Clue 9 today. That's what I was doing right here. This is Clue 9 Small of Tree of Life in the Chestnut colorway. And Terry says, Andrea, that's so sweet. I can't thank you enough for watching. I'm especially happy that you enjoyed it. Judy says that she's always grateful that she woke up each morning. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to show you guys one little special thing. Okay. We are going to have a naming contest. And I'm not going to post it up until tomorrow or after tomorrow. We are going to name this sewing machine. So he says a few things. Let me get my microphone back closer.
I'm going to sew your little heart out.
That one was I'm going to sew your little heart out. So the other ones we'll play later. But yes, we now have Mr. Skeleton Sewing Machine Creature. So we are going to have a naming competition starting after Sunday. Or starting sometime Sunday. Bad to the bone, says Judy. That is cute. That is cute. Yes. So we're going to do a naming competition. You guys will get till Tuesday to name him. So I will put it out tomorrow sometime. So be watching for the short for it. We're going to do a poll. where you go submit a form. You just click a link, go submit the form, and tell me what name you think he should be named. He or she should be named. It's got a male voice, so, we might go with a male name. But we are going to announce his name on Tuesday Night Live. Andrea says that she's hunting for a 2.5-inch square of black fabric to finish up the quilt she's working on. She'll be lurking while looking. That's okay, Andrea. I am actually going to get off of here. We are finished with clue 9 of the Tree of Life puzzle mystery quilt for this morning. And I have got to go get things ready to load up for the quilt show. So I will be driving today for a couple of hours, going to look at a quilt show, and then driving home. So Tuesday, do not forget, if you do not have Tuesday night on your calendar, Tuesday night is a lot of live giveaways, in addition to giving away the grand prize quilt for the 6 months giveaway, the 6 months Sew and Tell giveaway. Judy says, have a great weekend. Absolutely, absolutely. So be looking tomorrow for a post to name the creepy skeleton sewing machine. Be thinking of names for him. And I will see you guys tomorrow night.